Can you relate to this? So you're watching your favourite YouTuber, going through the charity shops, going through the rails, picking up some really cool stuff, and you get the urge, you get the buzz, you want to go charity shopping, you want to find this cool stuff as well. So you go down to your local town, or wherever you want to go, you start looking through the rails, flicking through all the stuff, thinking, come on, there's got to be some great stuff in here. And it's just the same. Blue Harbour, North Coast, Cotton Traders for men's, or if you're in the female section, Per Una, Damart, supermarket brands. You're thinking, oh, it's all the same. There's nothing good here. And you go to the next charity shop, and it's rinse and repeat. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff that's been lingering there for ages. The same boring brands that you just pass on by. But here's the thing. These brands you're overlooking, is there actually money to be made? Are you overlooking potential profit? Here's the thing. There is no such thing as a bad brand. Yes, for the most part, a lot of things don't sell and don't sell for very much, but every brand has exceptions. And in this video, I'm going to show you that those brands you often overlook, there are some gems waiting to be found. So in this video, I'm going to give you some help. I'm going to go through 10 brands, 5 for men's, 5 for women's, some that overlap, and show you that there are exceptions to every brand. Okay, most brands. There are exceptions to most brands. And brands that you wouldn't think would be worth good money can be. And to be fair, a lot of these brands, charity shops will overlook too and potentially price down. So the chance of making profit is a lot higher. Now, yes, I know, look, you're not going to find these things just on a whim. But things that you might have overlooked in the past, hopefully you won't overlook now, because you will be amazed at the prices realised for so many of these brands that are just litter charity shops across the land. There are some top quality items that these brands put out that are out there in their droves that you need to be picking up. Brand number 1 is the big one, is Blue Harbour. Caters for menswear, sort of like formal attire, chino trousers, dress pants, shirts, jumpers, that sort of thing. It is rife. It is everywhere. And for the most part, I admit, not worth a huge amount of money, particularly the trousers. There aren't really any trousers that are worth good money. However, when it comes to jackets, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Check this out. So let's talk about Blue Harbour. Now, Blue Harbour is in every single charity shop across the land. So already you can see 5,800 plus results for Blue Harbour, all categories. So there's going to be a bit of competition, but find the right thing and you will be rewarded. So we're going to search by condition used, because the vast majority of things you'll find are going to be used. Currently in men's clothing, because that's what I'm focusing on. We're going to go on to sold listing, because that's what we want to see. What are things actually selling for? And then I'm going to sort by highest price and list view, because I prefer it. So that doesn't look like Blue Harbour. They just listed things. But here we go. Here's the top thing. Here's the top selling thing on eBay. Men's winter hooded parka jacket duck down filled. So the fact that Blue Harbour makes duck down filled jackets should make you want to check jackets that you find that are Blue Harbour just to see. Because, okay, that's best offer accepted. But if these are selling for, let's say, £70 and you can find one for a tenner, that's 7 times your initial investment. Again, leather jackets. Leather pretty much sells itself for every company. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, leather sells really well. The only thing with leather is charity shops do tend to price up leather goods, so just bear that in mind. But again, Blue Harbour, insulated coat jacket, Moon Yorkshire tweed. Moon tweed is the, I'll put a logo in here. Really good quality tweed manufacturer, so that's definitely worth looking out for. Again, another Parker style coat, maybe downfilled. Not going to check, but again, that's 60 quid. Leather goods. There's a tweed, and again, a tweed shooting jacket. So Blue Harbour can make some really good quality garments. There's a wax jacket, 50 quid. Again, if you pay a tenner, 10 into 50, that's on bids as well. That's a fantastic return. Now, I'm not going to say it's vintage per se, but here we go. Blue Harbour, heavy knit, cotton cricket jumper, 50 quid. You might pay £7 or £8 in a charity shop, turn it into 50, happy days. Again, there's going to be a lot of competition, but looking at these sold prices, I think it's fair to say that there are some decent Blue Harbour goods out there that you should be looking out for. Second brand on a very similar theme, it's North Coast. Again, another M&S staple. This one isn't such a strong seller. There are very, very few items of North Coast that sell well, but if you can find the ones that do, there's some good profit to be made. Again, mainly jackets. There are more leather goods associated with North Coast, and more like wax jackets and like thick cotton jackets. Though I guess you could say there's more sort of like gentry attire with North Coast than Blue Harbour. But again, if you can find the right thing, there's good profit to be made. All right, so another M&S special, North Coast. Now, I don't quite know how North Coast and Blue Harbour differ. There seems to be some similar sort of garments in either, but that's by and by. Let's see what sells with North Coast. So already we've got a wool tweed biker military weatherproof hooded jacket. 86 quid. That is fantastic. Again, probably quite an unusual garment to find in the shops, but they're out there. Again, we've got a zipped wax jacket, £55. A duffel coat, 51 quid. Again, you pay a tenner for that in a charity shop, flip it for 50 or a bit more, happy days. Brand number 3, Cotton Traders. Cotton Traders has been around for ages, particularly, as the name suggests, cotton goods. They've also sponsored older rugby shirts, and these things can sell really, really well. Probably quite hard to find, to be honest, out in the wild, so to speak. And again, probably won't be priced too cheaply. But if you can find plain rugby tops, particularly long sleeves and a big size, these can sell really well. The brighter, the better. And as a bonus, Six Nations tops. These can sell really well as well. Again, the more colourful, the better. Cotton Traders, it's a British institution. It is everywhere. But actually, they used to sponsor quite a few rugby teams, as you'll see. A lot of these higher end pieces are vintage rugby shirts. There's a 93 to 95 England shirt. Of course, if you find a vintage rugby shirt, just pick it up if the price is right, because it will guarantee sell for good money, particularly long sleeve. There we go. Shetland wool chunky jumper, £45. Fantastic. Oh, the mighty Gloucester. There we go. That's the one. C&G. Sorry, bit of nostalgia there. Bit of a nostalgic moment. There we go. A stylish black long waterproof coat, size large, £40. Again, not the best prices, but Cotton Traders is normally priced so cheap. There's a Windermere waterproof coat, £40. There's a Parker, £35. So again, the margins are smaller, but look, these are still good prices. If you can pay a fiver for these things in charity shops, just flip it to 30, 35 quid. Fantastic. Now, on a personal note, one of my favourite things to sell is outdoor clothing and boots, of course. And one of the brands that you'll often see in charity shops is Mountain Warehouse. It's a high street brand, but there are some fantastic things to be found with Mountain Warehouse. Again, not the sort of thing that's priced up. Typically, charity shops like to price up Berghaus, North Face, Patagonia, if you're lucky, that sort of thing. Mountain Warehouse often slips through the net. However, if you can find Mountain Warehouse extreme stuff, is premium. Right up there with North Face and Berghaus. On a similar note, Trespass, again, another more sort of budget outdoor brand. However, if you can find Trespass Deluxe, DLX, again, another one to be looking out for. Really good quality outdoor jackets and clothing and boots can sell for really strong money. Mountain Warehouse. It's a high street outdoor chain. But look at these prices. I bet you never thought Mountain Warehouse could realise such prices. Now, again, the style of the coat and the composition of the material does sell this here. But look, the fact that Mountain Warehouse produces, fairly sort of high-end jackets means that you should really be checking the Mountain Warehouse stuff. 100 quid. Downfilled, extreme parkers, £94. £87 best offer. This is men's and women's together. I just want to show you that both men's and women's Mountain Warehouse stuff can sell really well. Long down jackets, the Extreme series, even white parkers, E17 style can sell well. Look at that, RRP 300 quid. Are the charity shops going to know it's £300 new? Probably not. If it's Mountain Warehouse, it's not the brand that stands out as being a sort of high-end outdoor manufacturer. But they do make some fantastic stuff. The Extreme series seems to be the one to look out for. An outdoor brand that you'll come across time and time again is Carrymore. Now, these days, I feel bad for Carrymore. They're associated with Sports Direct, and I kind of lumped in with that sort of whole Sports Direct sort of budget brand thing. Carrymore makes some fantastic quality products, mainly of which are the army or military issue combat boots. These boots are of fantastic quality. They have to be. The military will use them. Personnel equipment. If you can find these boots, 10, 15 quid, pick them up because they can go for £85 and above. Check it out. But this is proof that some Carrymore stuff can do fantastic. Now, I'm going to leave the condition as open here, so there are going to be some brand new things. Just look at some of these sold. Now, admittedly, I didn't even know Nigel Cabourn and Carrymore did a collaboration, but there it is. 200 quid, or admittedly, best offer accepted, £200 for a Carrymore jacket. But then there's this, Carrymore Hot Ice Mountain Waterproof Boots. £170 for Carrymore boots. That's incredible. Again, there's some more Nigel Cabourn there. I'm going to just gloss over that because the chance of finding that is incredibly slim, particularly if the RP is 560 and that you're getting £120 best offer accepted. It just reeks of TK Maxx, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to gloss over that. But again, just these are brand new prices. If you can find them new, there's still a huge amount of profit to be made, potentially. Down jacket. Carrymore can make some really good jackets. Downfill jacket, again, new, 120 quid. If you can find one of those second hand, you might be able to get 60 odd quid for it. Again, there are some more boots, £104. Carrymore makes some really, really good walking boots. Up there with Berghaus and even Merrill to a degree. Vibram soles. Alright, so let's search Carrymore used because that's a bit more realistic. These are military issue combat boots. £85. £80. There's another Nigel Cabourn. Let's move on. Again, military issue boots. You might pay 10, 15 quid for these in a charity shop perhaps, but if you can get 75 quid for them, happy days. There are some more walking boots, 68 quid for them. Vibram soles. Keep an eye out for Vibram soles. Doesn't have to be Gore-Tex. I don't believe Carrymore make any Gore-Tex walking boots, but there are still quality boots out there to be found. Size 10, nearly 70 quid. Again, a lot more military boots. There's an elite jacket, £56. You know, I'd probably overlook that in a charity shop if I wasn't aware of it. But just check, know what to look out for. Carrymore Elite Phantom, £56. More Nigel Cabourn. Here's one, a goose down jacket, 50 quid. There are some trainers, £50. So Carrymore, do not dismiss Carrymore. Okay, vintage stuff, of course, sells well. Do not dismiss Carrymore. Moving on to ladies stuff. Now, when it comes to ladies coats, there are two brands that you will see time and time again. They are Edinburgh Wool and Mill, often abbreviated as EWM, and Damart. These litter the country. They are everywhere. However, if you can find the right garments, you can sell these for strong money. And often, well, more often than not, they're not priced up too high. Check these solds out. Edinburgh Wool and Mill. This stuff is everywhere. Whenever you're flicking through the row of like ladies' coats, Edinburgh Wool and Mill, Edinburgh Wool and Mill, Edinburgh Wool and Mill. It is everywhere. However, hopefully this search will attest that there are some pretty good things to be looking out for. And straight away you can see Fair Isle patterned tank tops. Look at these prices, 65 quid, best offer, £60. That's a size 10. So straight away, you want to be looking out for these pure new wool Fair Isle jumpers. Straight away, patterns sell. Sheepskin coat, again, probably will be priced up in the charity shop. But again, if you pay a tenner, you might be able to get 50 quid for it. 100% cashmere polo neck sweater. It's cashmere, it's going to sell. But look at that, £50. Fantastic price. Harris tweed jacket, pure new wool long coat. It's Edinburgh Wool and Mill. Wool is in the brand. So you look for pure new wool, really good material compositions. These things will sell. A lot of winter coats, not necessarily pure wool, but a high percentage, sell well. Damart is another brand that just occupies every single ladies' rail in the nation. In every charity shop, there is Damart. Let's see if we can find some things that are worth looking out for. Again, a lot of these things, it's the material, it's the style that sells it. But the fact that Damart actually makes these garments shows that you have to be looking out for them. Damart tends not to be priced high, unless people in the shop have priced it based on the style of the coat and the material composition. There's going to be a chance of finding a banger here. There we go. Full length coat, winter coat. Doesn't say what material it is. Maybe cotton,
It's probably got a viscose lining. £55. Fantastic. Real leather again. Leather sells really well. No idea what that thing is. Wool winter overcoat. There you go. £45. Admittedly, probably not going to sell as well in the summer months, but definitely something to look out for autumn winter. Fleece line jacket, 40 quid. Faux fur, £40. Again, long wool coats, 35, 35, 35. Again, if you can pay £7-8 for these and flip them for 35, there's a good bit of profit there. From a brand that, until researching this, I would have just dismissed every single piece. So it just goes to show, just check them, check the label, check the material composition, definitely check the condition. There's definitely money to be made with damn art.
Now, I'll admit, for the most part, supermarket brands you can browse past. However, supermarket brands in the women's section, take note, because believe it or not, they've actually made cashmere jumpers. Tesco and Sainsbury's, so F&F, Fred and Flo, and TU, or TU, however you pronounce it, have both made cashmere jumpers. I can't remember what the RRP was, but I'm pretty sure it was 50 or 60 quid. So again, plain jumpers won't stand out. If the charity shops don't know what the material is, they might price it at £3 or £4. These cashmere jumpers can go for £30 or £40, maybe even more. So keep an eye out for these. They're plain, as long as you know what cashmere feels like, as long as there aren't any holes, these can sell for really good money.
Now, F&F, which I believe stands for Fred and Flo, is a Tesco brand. It's Tesco's clothing brand. But look at this. Pure cashmere F&F dress. Pure cashmere. Yes, F&F does cashmere dresses. Does cashmere jumpers. I think they retail for around 60 quid. So if you can find one of these, assuming there are no holes in it, for £3 or £4, maybe a little bit more, you might be able to get 30 quid, maybe 40 quid. Here we go. Here's one. 100% cashmere soft knit jumper. Size 14 to 16, £47. There's nothing going for it apart from that material, cashmere. Cashmere is fantastic. Is the shop going to know it's cashmere? Perhaps not. So check that material composition, check the labels. Because if you can buy one of these for £4 or £5, maybe less, maybe a bit more, and flip it for nearly 50, that is a fantastic return. And on a similar note, TU or TU, whatever it is, this is Sainsbury's own brand of clothing. Again, leather jackets, they're going to sell well. Look at that. Knit style jumper, 78 quid. Superb. Leather jackets, of course, that's going to sell well. There we go. Exclusive stone leather biker jacket, 60 quid. There's a thick winter coat, mulberry colour. Yeah, that's brand impersonation. Let's move on. So I hope this video has been useful for you. I've covered 10 brands there. There are so many more brands that you can research. Just go onto eBay, filter, sort by sold, sort by UK only, used, whatever you want to do. And you can take any brand. There are so many I haven't covered. I didn't cover Peruna. I didn't cover stuff like River Island or Next or Gap. Just brands that you see all the time. Put these brands into eBay and just see what's selling, because I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. There is so much research to be done with these like basic brands. It seems harsh me calling them basic, but they are everywhere. But with every bad brand, there are exceptions. As those clips attest, there are some fantastic surprises out there. Stuff you wouldn't consider selling for good money does. Just bear that in mind. Next time you go charity shopping and you're not finding the sort of choice brands, you know, the luxury brands, there is value in so many things you wouldn't have considered. If this video has been useful, please do consider liking it. Please do drop a comment if you'd like to, and please do also consider subscribing. I'll try and get videos out once or twice a week. Could be sourcing, could be another top tip video like this. But anyway, until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.